car and leave, and it felt really good. And yeah, I've been experiencing this like churning and endless transmutation of the ancestry and the wounding and the trauma and the clearing and purifying and it's just, it's like this pattern that just feeds itself. And I felt like it was like never ending. I'm like, when the is it gonna end? And it ended when she asked me, what is the most selfish, evil thing I could possibly want? It felt very grounding.
Yeah.
So more about the churning.
So the thing is that as we keep practicing letting go, like being with it, we're never really going to solve the paradox. Like everything that we've just gone through as humans, no matter what kind of angle or puzzle piece or kaleidoscope color you took, it was fucked up. Whatever just went down. There's so many seeds of rape in our DNA. There's so many like just weird power games and slavery and colonization and like so many weird things that we're all holding in our DNA. Like you're either, on one side of it or other. And, there's parts of it that are still buried and frozen, and then there's parts of it that are waking up and they're like, fuck this, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then there's parts of it that are finding compassion. And then there's parts of it that can laugh at it. And more, there's parts of me that are coming all the way through all of this stuff, getting to the part where I can laugh and play with it. Although there's still parts of me that want to kill people. Definitely,
I don't know
for
if
sure.
you said that on camera, online.
I can kill people with my thoughts only.
Cassandra, I don't.
That's the peyote showed me. I can kill people with just my thoughts. And so more and more, there's parts of me that have come all the way through this whole churning, burning process of like unthawing the frozen, shocked, dissociated parts, and like coming into anger and coming into sadness and coming into grief and coming into rage and then like bursting out and then coming into compassion and then just laughing at all of it. And so more and more like pieces of me are coming out into this part where I can laugh at it. And the more I practice doing that, the easier it gets. But then there's also help coming in from the other side. Like the light at the end of the tunnel is also like coming into the tunnel to meet us there. And it's like, look, here's play. Here's these other tools of imagination and play and just different frequency qualities of different light that we have access to now that we didn't have access to a few months ago, a few years ago. So there's a lot of help coming in just to transmute this shit faster, because that's what time it is. Because we cannot go through the eye of the needle carrying all this heavy stuff. And if you try to make it logical or like, oh, but they're so bad, or oh, we have to reconcile this, or what about the revenge? Like, you're gonna get caught up and you're gonna just crumble with everything that's crumbling. We don't really have time for that shit anymore. Like, in some ways we do.
I mean,
like,
we have a lot of time.
We go through
anyway.
go through it. But like, I just personally am getting tired of like my own rage.
Yeah.
So I still honor all the different parts of me and all the different phases, but I'm just noticing like a quickening in the process and more tools coming in to help me access these lighter, playful states.
Yeah.
What about you?
I deeply resonate, and I'm really grateful that we're like together hanging out and like reflecting this to each other, because I feel like a part of me knew this like years ago, and then I got into this like endless, what did you call it, churning state. And it's almost like what I knew then is like being refreshed now, like just also through us hanging out. It's like, wait, it could be easier, right? Like, it's meant to be easy. It's meant to be quick. And I don't know, what do I want to say? So for me, it's more of like, I've noticed that I just being in more relationships with people and learning how to be in relationship with others and not only be with myself and the knowing, I kind of got lost in other people's games that they're playing and like how they see ascension, how do they see healing, how do they see what needs to be shown or taught. And I felt this like constipation reaching, this like, higher realm of this is it. And it just made me want to like, it just amplified my shadow shit even more. And then I started feeling like I'm this like sickly demonic parasite thing that's just getting nastier and nastier. And like, should I just disappear and like let you all be like of the light? Because like the more the light like accent, we need to be the light was in the field, I was feeling shittier and shittier and darker and darker. So either I am that gremlin from the Smurfs or Grumpy from Care Bears. But then like through conversing, I realized like for me, it's like the remembrance that, right, we're moving beyond right, wrong, good, bad, judgment, comparison, and all that. And that includes also all the dimensional experiences and all the versions of ourselves. To be, if we are trying to access being these like immortal, timeless light beings, that includes like no judgment toward the experience, no judgment toward the plane of existence we're playing on, whether we're in the fourth dimension or the 12th dimension. They're equally loved, they're equally beautiful. Whether your family and your ancestry is the core of all evil or whether you're the light being, like we're all this paradox, we're all both. And this whole, I found myself in this loop purging from me of comparison and judgment and right and wrong. It was just so anti-life. No matter how right it was in my mind, it felt like anti-living, and in itself turned in on itself as the darkness, like those wanting to be light. So for me, it's like a lot about playing with the planes of existence, playing with the experiences, not becoming this higher self suppository that's going to penetrate the void, but being okay with being all the parts in every moment without an identity, as these children that are just playing a bunch of games and participating in each other's games, and no person's game is better. It's just all different games. What game do you want to play? For how long? And while you're playing that game, you're playing according to certain structures, beliefs, rules, whatever. Nobody's better or less than. And so for me, it's like about playing. Like, playing isn't like, let's play this game now. It's more of like, can we be malleable, like through it all, and like light with it all, and be in the experience while being okay with shifting the experience instantaneously too.
Oh, yeah. And if you want to join the Avatar Activation Breathwork class, where we methodically go through the 12 chakra system, clearing and cleansing everything and upgrading and activating our superpowers, we still have space. It's an online group class that meets every Thursday at noon California time, and the replay is available for 1 month after each call. And it's only $33 a month, and it's really powerful. It sent me into massive upgrades. My whole life changed. I'm making more money now. I'm fasting more easily. My relationship changed. Just everything upgraded, and I'm way more psychic. So it really covers all the bases, and it's a technology that was channeled by interdimensional beings, and it's really easy and really powerful. So email me if you want to be a part of the Avatar Activation class. We would be happy to have you, and thanks for tuning in.